What is up guys, Tejas here from 11 Gauge Recordings and welcome to a brand new video. So this is a continuation of the previous two videos that I released on creating demos and being prepared as a band before getting into a professional recording studio. If you still haven't watched those videos, I'll leave a link down below to the two videos. Please do watch them. Please leave a comment and I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel too, because there's a lot more content coming up. So please subscribe and let's get into this video. So in this video, I thought I'll show you guys how I implemented the points that I mentioned in the previous two videos to build this song from a demo to a finished product. I've also released videos on how I mixed individual elements in this song, that is mixing bass, mixing guitars, mixing drums and all that stuff. So please go back and watch them if you still haven't, and please leave a comment. So the key point here is to not start with the mindset that this is a demo. So you start with the mindset that this is the final recording process, and you're going to make sure that everything sounds right from the get-go. So make your tone sound as good as possible from the start so that you can use it in a later stage even if necessary. Because nothing can replace a good take. So try to get the best possible results from the ground up so that you can go back and use a good take whenever necessary. So this is a song from my upcoming EP. The working title for the song is called Don't Get Too Comfy. It'll be out very soon. It's almost done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the first layer that I came up with. It's actually a clean layer. So how I came up with this and how I use this as the template or as a starting point for coming up with the rest of the song. So I'll start by playing this part and let's see how I came up with the consecutive layers after that. So I started this loop with a clean DI signal, and then I kind of realized that I needed a bit of effects, and I thought why leave it for the mixing stage, why not just get it over with right now. So I added all the effects and recorded it as such. So that part of my job is done. I don't have to go back and again think about how I have to process this signal and all that stuff. So that's why I haven't individually processed these layers, because I've already recorded it the right way. So now I don't know if you've realized, but I've color coded these tracks to my liking. This is one of the points that I mentioned in my previous video, color coding tracks to your liking, and this makes the whole mixing process and recording process a lot more easier, because it's quite easy to find different tracks. So I know that dark orange or red is a lead guitar, and this orange color is rhythm guitars, and green is bass. So I know where exactly and what point of the session I'm at. So it's easy for me to kind of map out different things. Also, all these tracks from the ground up were recorded to click. So if I switch on the click right now, all the tracks are perfectly to click, and that's how I started out. So I never thought that okay, this is a demo and I'm going to re-record these in the final recording stage. That was not my mindset. So I started out with the mindset that this is the final recording process, so get it done as perfectly as possible. So I started out with recording with the click. I set the tempo to a BPM that I'm comfortable with. In this case it's 140. So I started out with that and recorded the clean layer. So if I put on the click now, you can see it's on click. That was the first layer that I recorded, and I kind of continued from this layer onwards. So after this layer, I thought, why not start with the, heavy rhythm guitars to get things going. So what I did is kept this on and then started with the rhythm guitars. So this is how that sounded. So as you can see, that's also on click, and I also edited them right after recording it to remove all the extra noise in between the palm mutes. So all this was done right after recording the rhythm tracks. So after that, what I did is I programmed the drums. There's a demonstration of how I start programming drums in my previous video, so please do check that out if you still haven't. So I started programming the drums, and I just created like a basic drum layer first, and then I added, cymbal accents and all that kind of stuff at a later stage. So basically the guitars, rhythm guitars and drums sound like this. So as you can see, everything is on grid, everything is on time. So I don't really have to mess around later and think about moving things around and that kind of stuff. So that's the mindset that I was talking about. Just make sure that everything's recorded properly from the ground up, and things will be a lot more easier for you and the studio engineer that you're going to for the rest of the process. So once I was done with the lead guitars, rhythm guitars, drums and effects, I moved on to the bass. I don't really have a bass on hand, so I had to borrow it from a friend. Shout out to Mr. Sumant for lending me the bass, and he's a lifesaver. I recorded all 4 songs with that bass, and it ended up sounding really good. So that's how I approached this song, and from there I started the mixing process. So as I had recorded everything to my liking, and I had set the tones beforehand, before recording, I didn't really have to mess around much with the tones, especially with the guitars and a bass, to make it fit in the mix, because everything was done with the mindset that it's a final recording process. So that's a thought I'm going to leave you with, and please follow these points before recording your single or your album. It'll help in a big way later on. Also, this is a snippet of the entire song. If you still haven't heard it, here goes. So thank you so much, and please subscribe if you still haven't. Cheers and have a great day.